Hi guys, here again for our continuation of chapter 1, Explore the Network. This part now talks about network components. In our network components, we have three, the main three parts. These are now the devices, the media, and the services. Now, what are these three? So as you can see here on the PowerPoint presentation, the one with the arrows, with the colors, right? So these are our media. So first, this is your PC, a phone via IP, server, switch. These are now our routers, and same thing with the other part. Another part of our network components, of course, is one of the very important things are now the media. Media now are connections, let's say LAN or copper wire, fiber opts, Wi-Fi, or through air. And the last thing now on our network components are now our services. So what are the services? These are rules on how we control data coming in and out of our systems. So example, the virus or data that comes through our network. Example, viruses that will not be penetrated to our network or the data that's as a request going out to the servers and the likes. Example of which now is searching through Google. So there are rules there. So all in all, in these three parts, let's talk first on our devices. So in our devices, we have parts, one of which are end devices. So end devices now are the ones being utilized mostly by us. Example of which are, of course, our desktop computer, laptop, majority that what we're using right now, printer, via network printer, IP phones. Mostly IP phones are utilized on a call center, wireless tablet. I think some of you have it, and of course, telepresence endpoint. So these are end devices that we have. And in order for us, these end devices to communicate, then we have now our intermediary network devices. Intermediary network devices now are things that makes our end devices communicate. Remember, end devices are the one we use, okay? The one we interact. Intermediary network devices is end devices communicate to our intermediary network services or devices. These are now passing information or data or requests from one node to another. So another example now is wireless router. Maybe if you have Wi-Fi, you automatically have a wireless router. Another one is local area network switch, router, multi-layer switch, and of course, firewall appliance. So these are part of intermediary network devices. And in order for us to have communications, of course, we talked about the media a while ago. So we have three parts that we're using. These are now your copper, your fiber optics, and your wireless. So copper are typically our LAN cables. It has now RJ45 on both ends. So configuration RJ45 is either T568A or T568B, depending now which one the network admin utilize on your specific network. And another one that we're using right now is the fiber optics. So fiber optics now are the one majority of us use. Fiber optics one is being laid down in our ocean floor to communicate from one country to another, creating now a series of communication path connections. Another thing that majority of us utilize now wireless communication media, your phones. Through Wi-Fi, those are all wireless. And remember, this network media is very important now in our networking. So we must know which one we're going to utilize. And remember, now with these three caters now different speeds, different now types, and how long you could how long the wire or communication path that is effective now through different end devices. Let me show you our network representation when we are now using our packet tracer. So we have three as discussed. So these are now the network representation. The one that wasn't discussed a while ago is our network media. So our network media, we have three. So you can see here. This is now our wireless media, meaning through our packet tracer, we are connections from one wireless router to our, let's say, laptop has wireless media. Another one now is our LAN, so straight line, that's copper now, and our one wide area network media. So these are the things that we're going to utilize now on our packet tracer. But another part now here on this part of our discussion is the two topologies. We have physical and logical topology. So what are these two? Now, in physical topologies, you can see, okay, it has a specific place. Meaning, if you go to web server, it declares where server is. So it is on a rack 2, shelf 1. This is declaring where the connection or the hardware are being placed in a physical manner. So you could automatically know where you're going to check the hardware of your web server. Same too with your switch, your router, your computers. So it has, let's say for this example, it's from IT office room 2159. And you can see on the other ends, almost the same. Now that's for physical topology. Another now is the logical topology. So what's logical topology? Logical topology now is declaring the communication. As I told you a while ago on media, it has now different bandwidth or speed. As you can see here, check on here on the logical. So it declares now the network address. Okay, so the network address is already seen. And then it has now this G0 over 0 or F0 over 1. So meaning, okay, so we have fast Ethernet. So that's for F. That's G now is gigabit Ethernet. So that's for our binaries.